Hey now, Deadheads, I want to take this opportunity to remind you not to forget about Robert Hunter. As I mentioned in a previous video, Rhino and Dead.net are doing reissues of a few of those classic Robert Hunter records, CDs, and deluxe vinyl editions, with some demos and extra songs tacked on at the end. The first, of course, coming out pretty soon is the reissue of Tales of the Great Rum Runners, a 50th anniversary edition of that. And as I mentioned earlier, it's one of my favorite Robert Hunter records, probably top three. You've got some just really fantastic songs on here. And Boys in the Barroom is one of my favorite Robert Hunter songs. Really great. It Must Have Been the Roses. Keys to the Rain is on this. A really fantastic Robert Hunter song. But that's not it for the Robert Hunter catalog. And I want to just show is some of my favorite Robert Hunter records, or actually just my collection of Robert Hunter records. Now, a lot of these you'll notice aren't on streaming services. I think Rum Runners is going to be the first one to end up on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, all of your favorite streaming services. But if you go on YouTube, you can probably poke around and find some recordings. Some fine folks have uploaded the full recordings of a lot of these albums if you just can't wait for those 50th anniversary editions to roll out from Rhino. Now, another great one that I quite love is Tiger Rose. The title song on this is really fantastic. I believe this one is 1975, and so we should be getting a 50th anniversary of Tiger Rose sometime next year. This is a favorite of mine because this copy is actually my dad's old copy, so you can tell from some of the spine wear it has seen a lot of love over the years. Now, another great Robert Hunter record, Promontory Rider, another great title track of this record, and you get another great Boys in the Barroom on this one. So he ran that one back on Promontory Rider. Another great It Must Have Been the Roses. A lot of repeats with Tales of the Great Rum Runners. And this is a 1984 release from Robert Hunter on Relics Records. Kind of a lesser loved one is Amagamelin Street. If I remember correctly, this one kind of runs multiple parts of all one song, if you can believe it, someone in the Grateful Dead universe. And he does some really great world building in this, in the storytelling on Amagamelin Street. Next one up is another kind of lesser known Robert Hunter, Flight of the Maria Helena. Again, Relics Records on this one. And like Amagamelin Street, this is very much a story told in this time 7 parts. And so it's the tracks are first day, second day, third day, on and on. Really great storytelling from Robert Hunter, and not necessarily a lot of those proto Dead songs that you'll get on some of the other Robert Hunter records, but worth a listen just for the storytelling alone. Another important thing to not sleep on when it comes to Robert Hunter is a lot of his live recordings. And so if you are a user of, relisten.com or the Relisten app, there's a lot of Robert Hunter on there. And I think it's all, for the most part, pretty good. You can just poke around, pick a random Robert Hunter date, and listen to it and really enjoy yourself. But if you're looking for some live stuff, Live 85 by Robert Hunter is really fantastic as well. So you get songs like Easy Wind, you get Franklin's Tower, Boys in the Barroom, all just really, really good stuff from this live Robert Hunter release. I look on, see what is on side B. I've got to double check. Oh, Promontory Rider, Jack Straw. Yeah, really great live Robert Hunter for all the Deadheads out there who like to hear those, early kind of primordial versions of some of those great Garcia Hunter songs that we've heard over the years. Another often overlooked one is Liberty. You're not going to see this one pop up too often, but when you find it, like I did, Academy Records over in Brooklyn, $8. You can't beat $8 for some Robert Hunter, especially since it's been so hard to get your hands on for so long. This was an easy pickup for me and gets a lot of time on the turntable in my house. And I want to end things with my favorite Robert Hunter record of all time. This to me is pinnacle of Robert Hunter, and it is, of course, Jack of Roses. The highlight of this one is side 2. You get a long terrapin. It's the full suite and then some. Recurring characters. Stagger Lee makes an appearance at Terrapin Station on this one. It is really a fantastic listen. If you're a fan of any year of Jerry playing Terrapin Station, you're going to want to check this one out because it kind of builds upon that world in a really interesting way. Kind of gives you a glimpse of what Terrapin Station could have been had it grown a little bit more lyrically. Now, of course, it grows musically, but the lyrics, the storytelling of Robert Hunter's Terrapin Station really fantastic. But side one you can't overlook as well. Box of Rain, Ruben and Charisse, Friend of the Devil. It's a lot of just really great Jerry songs, but they're Robert Hunter songs, of course. And so you get to hear those, very stripped down original versions, I would say, even though, this came out, I think this came out in the 90s. This was a later Robert Hunter release. This came out after a lot of, those Dead songs became a part of our hearts, part of the songbooks that we know and love. But hearing the writer's version of that. It's almost like the director's cut of a movie, special edition, extended edition, oftentimes of some of these songs. Really worth diving into that Robert Hunter catalog just to explore those songs and really become even more intimate with those songs that we know and love. And so that's my kind of rapid fire love letter to Robert Hunter and some of the releases that he had put out over the years while he was still with us. You can probably see why I'm so excited for these Rhino 50th anniversary editions of a lot of these Robert Hunter releases. And not just getting a cleaned up version. Some of these records, like I said, $8 at Academy Records, it's not going to be pristine. It's not, you know, grade A plus super mint edition, but I get to hear those songs, and I'm really looking forward to hearing kind of cleaned up versions of a lot of those records, in addition to those kind of extended editions. My copy of Tales of the Great Rum Runners is one record. When it originally came out, one record. They're coming out with that deluxe CD edition as well as that double vinyl of Tales of the Great Rum Runners. And so you get to dive even deeper into that Robert Hunter catalog, that songbook, and explore it a little bit. And like I said, a lot of the live stuff you can get on re-listen. You can listen to it now, but just getting those kind of super clean, official, best possible scenario releases from Rhino is really exciting for me. And so I'm curious what you think. Are you as excited as I am about these new Robert Hunter releases or kind of re-releases that Rhino is going to be putting out in a couple weeks, as well as over the next few years? If you are a big Robert Hunter fan like I am, let me know down in the comments below. I want to find out, who else is diving deep into the Robert Hunter catalog, or do you stick to just dead Jerry Garcia band, kind of the that surface level? But yeah, let me know who else is diving deep into Robert Hunter. That's all I got for today. I'm patiently waiting for more and more of these Rhino releases. I'll probably do an unboxing when that 50th anniversary edition, 2LP edition comes in the mail over here. And I think that's probably the next Dead related release that's coming out, if I remember correctly. And so stay tuned to this channel, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and thank you very much for watching today. Peace.